So this is my first cooking video. Uh, what I've what I'm doing here is I'm going to make some jerky for my dog, because this stuff, even the club size, um, 2 pounds 4 ounces or 36 ounces total. This is approaching $25, which I think is ridiculous. But my dog loves this stuff, and he can go through a bag of this stuff in a week. So. My dog's about 21 to 40 pounds, says 2 treats a day. He has probably 3 times that amount, depending upon the size of the treat, sometimes even more. Depends on whether my wife throws him some treats or not. So, unlike most of the other videos, I'm going to show you a little technique. Obviously, I'm no expert at this. I'm not an expert cook, so... the techniques I learned by watching other people's videos. So there's not going to be anything new there. I've been slicing the chicken. I've already started, as you can see here. Maybe you can't. I don't know if it's in the camera view right there. I've already started. I got this in I guess a brine. You can call it a brine of 2.5 cups of water to 2 tablespoons of ordinary table salt, just to give it just a tiny little bit of flavor. I'm going to let it sit in there for about an hour before I actually load the trays up. And this video is going to be much different than the other videos that you watched in terms of making jerky, because I'm looking at the economic side of it. Is it economical? Am I going to save a lot of money, a little money, because my labor is going into this too, but, obviously. So what I did was I bought some chicken breast at Sam's Club, and so you got to take a look here. What I paid was, if I hadn't destroyed the tag already, what I paid is, if you can see that, $18.83, $2.98 a pound. Net weight is 6.32 pounds. And so I'm going to see how much I can get out of this in terms of jerky. And I'm going to calculate the savings. And there are 2 things that are going to go into the cost of making jerky this way. Obviously, my labor is $0. I'm not going to charge for my labor. But the electricity and the cost of the raw meat. And so I'm going to calculate it that way. So what I've been doing is, on a little pad here, is I've been writing down, I've been weighing the chicken before I slice it up. And so far I've done 2 batches. One was 1 pound 14 ounces, and the other was 2 pounds 1.4 ounce. And I'm doing this for 2 reasons. Number one is I want to see, I know this has got to add up to whatever they had in the package. Okay, that's obvious. When I get all done, it's going to add up to 6 pounds or whatever it said on the label there. But I want to see what the yield is. Obviously, the chicken breasts right now are heavy because they're, laden with moisture. I want to see what they're going to weigh after, after I put them in a dehydrator and they're dehydrated. I want to see what the yield is per pound. In other words, you put a pound of chicken in and you get 3/4 of a pound of jerky out, that kind of thing. And then I also want to, I'll take you into my laboratory. Speaking of loading the trays, while it's fresh in my mind, I said I was going to say something about the dehydrator. The dehydrator comes with 6 trays. If you look it up on Amazon, it comes with 6 trays, and it comes with some accessories, cover, and I don't know, a couple of accessories, so that fruits and stuff. I don't know anything about dehydrating, but so that fruits and stuff don't stick to the trays. But here's the thing about this. I went to the website, the Presto website, Presto USA or whatever, And this dehydrator comes with 6 trays, but you can have up to 12 trays attached to it. The other 6 trays are accessories you have to buy as an accessory. And now here's the thing about this. I looked at their website. They want $25 per tray, okay? Which means that if I bought them at $25 a tray, plus shipping, by the way, I'd be into it for to get 3 more, to yield 3 more trays. I would be into it for $75. And guess what? This whole thing costs $76, including the base mount. You get 6 trays with it on Amazon. So why in the world would anyone spend $25 per tray as an accessory when you can just, you'll get double the amount of trays and you'll get a spare unit, just to, I guess, clutter your closet. But, the economics doesn't make any sense there either. So, and I've seen the price as high as, I think around $45 or $50 on Amazon for trays each. Oh, no, for 2 trays, $45 for 2 trays. And another vendor wanted $35 for 2 trays. Okay. So don't buy extra trays. If you buy this dehydrator, it's a nice dehydrator. Like I said, I don't know anything about dehydration, but hey, it looked nice to me. The price was right, had high reviews, and I bought it. But don't buy extra trays. If you want, if you find you need 3 extra trays, buy another unit. You'll get 6 extra trays and you'll have a spare. And that's all I'll say on that. Okay, I'm going to take out the last few pieces and weigh them. This is what I've been doing. Oh, helps to turn the scale on. Only have three more pieces left here. So I'm going to weigh these just to keep Sam's Club honest. 1 pound, 7.4 ounces. 1 pound, 7.4 ounces. Okay. After I get this sliced up, this last 3 pieces, then I'll start loading the trays. Okay, so that worked out nicely. I was able to get the full load into the 6 trays. 6 trays here, so I'm about to plug it in. I'm going to put the kilowatt, plug that in, and we're going to see how many watt hours it takes to dehydrate this. What it's going to cost me in electricity. There we go. All set. Going to set it to the maximum, whatever it is, 165 I think is the maximum. Okay, so it's been 9 hours. I had this thing set for 11 hours, but 9 hours seems to be, I don't know if this is gonna show up or not. Probably not. It's but anyway, take my word for it. It's 9 hours, and so I'm going to shut this thing down pretty soon. Let's see. It's got 1 minute left. And there you go. That's 9 hours. I just shut it down. I had a little sampling of a piece of jerky out of this, and I know it's probably all done. It's not going to affect the weight that I'm going to take. Let's see what the kilowatt says. I'm going to have to take this out of the tripod here. Kilowatt says 4.41 kilowatt hours. That's the power I consumed in making the jerky. So I'll use that in the calculations. Off the top of my head, I don't know what I pay for a kilowatt hour here. This is Florida. and it's the Tampa area. It's here. So now it's all dried out. It's obviously going to be lighter in weight. So I'm going to weigh it all, and I'm going to find out what it yield. What the 6 1/3 pound chicken breast, when they're wet and not dehydrated, what it yields in terms of net weight after being dehydrated, and we're going to make the calculations. And then we'll see, whatever the electricity cost. Okay, so I got everything piled onto the scale. Just got to lift this up carefully. Hopefully I won't spill anything. And turn the scale on. And we're going to see, this was 6, let me see if I can find my numbers here. Well, it was about 6 1/3 pound of chicken breast, and we're going to see what it yields. It yields 2 pounds. Wow, only 2 pounds. Let's see. So that's less than a bag of. That's a little disappointing. So 2 pounds, 0.4 ounce. It's not, it is disappointing. I got to tell you right off the bat, because that's less than what comes in a bag at Sam's Club of jerky in the bag. But we'll see where this goes. We still have to add on to that the electric power used to make this jerky. I gotta tell you, it's delicious, by the way. My dog is gonna have a little competition with the salt brine that I used. These things are absolutely delicious. I had a couple of tiny little small pieces of it, but I could pig out on this, I can tell you that. So anyway, the numbers are what they are, I guess. Let me double check this. Goes to show you how much moisture is in certain products. Comes out the same, 2 pounds, 0.4 ounces on the scale. And that's from 6 pounds of chicken breast. So we'll see where this goes. Okay, folks, so here comes the math. The jerky that I yielded is 2 pounds. 2 pounds is 32 ounces. So we'll say my jerky equals 32 ounces. And we all know how much I paid. I paid $18.83 for the chicken breast to make this 32 ounces of jerky after dehydration. And we all know, if you go back a little bit in the video, that I spent about 55 cents on electricity. And we're not even going to talk about what I paid for the dehydrator, assuming we can get use out of that doing other things beyond just this. We're not going to, include the capital cost of the equipment. So my jerky is 32 ounces. I paid $18.83 for the chicken, the raw chicken. And of course my labor went into it, but we're not counting that either. and 55 cents for the electricity. And that yields $19.38 total. Okay, that's what I paid for 32 ounces of jerky. The club-sized jerky that comes from Sam's Club, and by the way, I got all this on a piece of paper here so I wouldn't look like an idiot writing this down on a pad, but the Sam's Club jerky comes in a 36-ounce bag. And we can't compare 36 ounce to 32 ounce. What we can do, well, let's go through this. Let's go through the Sam's Club bag is 36 ounce and 36 ounce, and it cost $23.98. Okay, and right on the bag it tells you how much per ounce it is, and they say it's 67 cents per ounce. It's actually, if you do the math, it's actually 66.1 cents per ounce, if you want to keep it accurate. And I use this number, the accurate number. So in order to compare one against the other, we have to take the bag and calculate what the cost of a bag would be if it were only 32 ounce. And so we take 32 ounces times 0.661, and that gives us, I did the math here, where did I put it? The bag would cost $21.15 if it were only 32 ounce. So now we have my jerky that's 32 ounce compared to the bag of jerky that came from Sam's Club. If it were 32 ounce, it would cost $21.15. So this whole endeavor yields, if you do the math, $23.98 minus $21.15, which is the actual cost I paid. I saved a whopping $1.77. And I had the pleasure of slicing a whole bunch of chicken wings and cleaning up. So now, is it worth it? Maybe, if you want to add flavoring. By the way, the jerky that comes from Sam's Club has only 2 ingredients, one of which I didn't even look up, but I presume is probably a preservative of some sort. It's got chicken and one other ingredient, so it's just no salt, doesn't say salt, sugar, anything else. My jerky, I put it in a salt brine, and it was absolutely delicious, by the way. I started eating some of it and I couldn't put it down. But beyond that, this is the savings. On the upside, if you want to make your, jerky for your dog, that's great. I mean, you can add flavoring, you have control over it, you know what goes into it and all those kinds of things. You have peace of mind, but you're not going to save any money. And that's the point to this whole video. I mean, I'm not a cook. I didn't want to demonstrate how to make jerky. I just wanted to see what the yields were versus what you could buy off the shelf. And it's not a lot of savings. It shocked me, to tell you the truth. I expected out of this 6.32 pounds of chicken breast that I cut up, I expected the yield to be more than 2 pounds. I don't know why, but I did. I thought it would be a half, maybe half. I never thought it would be a third. It's a third. The yield was about a third, so a little less than a third. But it is what it is. So I went through the exercise. I know I can't save any money, and if I can't save any money, you probably can't either. So at least I know. I mean, I'll continue making jerky now that I bought the machine. But it's not going to be a save. I'm not, unless chicken goes down in price rapidly. Right now, it's at $2.98 a pound, so that has a lot to do with it. Thanks to Mr. Biden and the Democrats. But $3 a pound is outrageous. But if it goes back down to around, 175, $2 a pound, then it's definitely going to be worth making your own versus buying a bag, unless they bring the cost of the bag down also. And I was shocked at the cost of the bag when I went to Sam's Club. It's almost $25. It's $24, and my dog eats a lot of this stuff, a lot of it. Okay, so hope you enjoyed. I try to make it as short as possible, and that's it. That's life.